What happened yesterday? Whoa. Renewable energy. Politics versus progress. Palau's president re-elected amid Chinese tensions. Record labels seek bigger payday in piracy suit. This and more in your Nugget news for 30 November 2024. Hey everyone. So there's this super smart Asian elephant named Mary over at the Berlin Zoo, and she's making waves in the animal kingdom. Mary has figured out how to use a hose to give herself a shower every morning. Imagine that. Elephants using tools isn't entirely new, but each elephant is unique in its approach. Mary's got showering down to an art. This shows us that tool use isn't just a human gig. From dolphins rocking sea sponges to octopuses building with coconut shells, the animal world is full of crafty critters. Who knew we could learn showering tips from an elephant? I guess you could say Mary is under one tusk ahead. Chaos in Germany's political arena. Chancellor Olaf Scholz's coalition has gone kaput, leading to snap elections on February 23rd. Initially, the Conservatives wanted an even earlier date, but Scholz convinced them on a compromise. Now, why the rush, you ask? Well, Scholz is likely to lose a confidence vote on December 16. With the president backing this timeline, Germany is under pressure to restore stability amidst economic woes, Trump's comeback, and geopolitical tensions. The SPD is sticking with Scholz despite some party drama, setting the scene for a frosty winter campaign. Tragedy struck in northern Pakistan when a bus with a wedding party on board lost control and fell into the Indus River, leading to a tragic toll of at least 14 confirmed dead and many more feared lost. Local authorities stated the accident happened due to high speeds, causing the driver to lose control near the Telchi Bridge in the Diama district. Shocking numbers of fatal road accidents like these are not uncommon in Pakistan, with the country's roads seeing over 9,000 incidents annually, resulting in thousands of lives lost. In this sad event, the bride survived the initial crash, but later succumbed to her injuries, adding to the heartbreak of the tragedy. The incident is a sobering reminder of the importance of road safety, and President Asif Ali Zardari urged the acceleration of search operations. It's heartbreaking to see such celebrations take a turn. I guess you could say their joy hit a definite roadblock. The U.S. military is back in action in Syria, launching airstrikes at so-called Iranian-aligned targets. This comes hot on the heels of a previous rocket attack directed at American forces in Hasaka province. Interestingly, CENTCOM isn't spilling the beans on how many hits were carried out or even who precisely got hit. What we do know is that no U.S. or allied forces were harmed in this rocket exchange at the patrol base Shaddad. These strikes are part of a broader mission, with 900 US soldiers stationed in eastern Syria, aiming to keep ISIL at bay and keeping Iran's influence in check. It's all about asserting dominance while playing missile tag. Governments from around the globe made a bold promise to supercharge renewable energy by tripling its capacity by 2030 at last year's climate talks in Dubai. But surprise, surprise, we're only on track to double that energy boost. While wind and solar are becoming more budget-friendly, only 8 countries in the EU updated their target. That's like bringing a slingshot to a solar panel contest. With global leaders convening again in Baku, Azerbaijan, it's time for them to back their promises with action. Else, the future of renewable energy might just be left spinning in the wind. Africa, the land of vast opportunities and blooming bilateral relations. So, with Trump's re-election, will the U.S. continue to lose its foothold here? Donald Trump seems ready to juggle trade, investments, and war, not to mention those ever-persistent sanctions and aid considerations. Meanwhile, China and Russia are claiming their tickets to the African Party. This second term for Trump might just mean he'll have to come up with some pretty safari strategies to keep up. Now, as African leaders brace for more transactional talks, one might wonder if Trump's deals will be elephant in the room worthy or just plain peanuts. Palau's president, Surangel Whips Jr., has been re-elected, but not without casting a strategic glance towards the U.S. and giving China the cold shoulder. With 5,626 votes, he bested his brother-in-law, securing his second term. As usual, China found itself in Whip's crosshair, this time for some cheeky claims over maritime borders. It seems Palau's waters have been playing host to uninvited Chinese research vessels. While Palau remains a staunchest ally, it's also tightening ties with Taiwan, much to Beijing's chagrin. No doubt, the U.S. backs Palau with significant military might and $890 in economic support. So, Whips is poised to balance economic growth and environmental protection, all while teaching China some geographic respect. NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab is feeling the pinch again, folks. They're cutting 325 jobs, just a heartbeat after slashing 530 roles earlier this year. That's a hefty chunk, about 1/8 of their workforce gone in 2023. Director Laurie Lachine spilled the beans in a memo, confessing it as a tough pill to swallow, though apparently the impact could have been worse. Funding speed bumps for projects like the Mars sample return mission have led to a freeze, resulting in these unwelcomed cuts. But don't panic. Lachine assures that with some elbow grease and collective resilience, JPL will weather this storm. It's practically in their DNA after 90 years of ups and downs. It might feel like a space oddity right now, but like a true starship, JPL will chart its course through the cosmos once more. Keep orbiting. The big three record labels Universal, Warner, and Sony are on a mission to turn up the volume on their court victory over broadband provider Grand Communications. They scored another win last month when the conservative U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit ruled Grand hadn't terminated accounts linked to piracy. But the labels aren't singing in harmony just yet. They want per-song damages for each tune pirated, not just per album, which could mean a much bigger payday. They argue that the current ruling threatens fair restitution for copyright holders. Meanwhile, Grande got a reprieve on damages, as a lower $46.80 million award has been ordered for reconsideration. Looks like Grande's issues are compiling faster than a greatest hits album. That is all. Remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff.